who's going to pay for the milk? Because the milk is expensive. If you look after the animals throughout their life, obviously it's more expensive. You're paying the real cost. At the moment, the cost of milk, why is milk less than £1 a litre cheaper than water in supermarkets? Because the animals are paying the price by being tortured, basically. The proper price is about 3 times that amount. But he has concluded agreements with organic food distributors who are going to sell that milk easily. And there'll be more and more farms coming on stream. So that's something very practical that we can do, even though living in the city, we are consuming milk, and it's not as if the temple's going to suddenly become vegan, although some devotees do become vegans. I know a few. That's not going to happen. But we have to somehow support indirectly cow protection. Yeah. Then, of course, we offer our food. Prabhupada says, Vachram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, offer your food to Krishna. And then Krishna says, even if there is some little sinful activity involved, you'll become free. We have to keep it small. Yeah. Okay. Are there any questions? Yes.
Apparently, 1 in 10 women in this country get breast cancer. Chinese women don't get breast cancer because they don't do milk. So it looks like milk is the cause of breast cancer. Another thing is...
and that would be because of all the chemicals that are fed to the cows.
Another thing is, in Isaiah, it says that he who kills a bull is like he who kills a man. Christians are supposed to be vegetarian, but they're not. So if we can persuade Christians to go vegetarian, that would be a massive benefit.
We're working on it.
I've got a presentation.
It's going to take a long time.
I've got a presentation on the Transit. I'm attempting to persuade them to go vegetarian, but I'm in a minority of 1. Everybody else eats meat, so it's not going to be an easy job to do, basically. But I'm going to do.
There's a society of Christians who are all vegetarians. It's called the Green Christian Society.
There's a Christian Vegetarian Society.
Yeah.
A Christian Vegetarian Association.
Okay, there's a few then. Any other questions or comments? Yeah.
Often when we talk about the reason why we are vegetarian, people also come up with a question, and these are two people who are concerned about animal welfare and the environment. Well, they may still eat meat, and they say that it is proven by scientific research that plants also have feelings, and then if you agree that plants are the same as spiritual beings as we are, then why do we eat plants? And they are not satisfied by the answer that Krishna himself is vegetarian, and we take care of the karma by offering it to Krishna. And that also they are at a lower level of consciousness, so they don't
that's one of the reasons why milk is, if milk is produced without slaughtering the animals, it's a complete non-violent food, because the cows eat grass. They don't kill the grass, they just chew it, and they produce milk. So that's why occasionally I once met a man, an Indian man, who lived on an entirely milk diet, and he was white. His complexion was white, his hair was white, he was just completely, very pale, almost completely white, chalky, sort of. Some people do that. Or you could be a fruitarian, you could live on fruit. But ultimately, of course, it's really not possible to live without giving pain to others. That's why Prabhupada, he quotes this verse, Jiva Jasya Jivanam, one living being is food for another. You could be like the Buddhist monks in the Mahayana tradition. They won't farm because they say just tilling the earth, you're killing so many creatures. So they have other people farm for them and give them the food. It doesn't really make sense. Yeah. But the principle then, you know, is once you accept that, of course, just to live, we are giving pain, but we can eat low on the food chain. And Prabhupada made it even, he said, at the Mara, he said, you know, if they have to, then let them eat meat, but don't eat beef. And I think that could be, you know, a very powerful message also. That it's, you know, for most people, and like you say, they're not going to become vegetarian, but at least they could not eat beef or reduce the amount of beef, because then there'd be less pressure on the poor animals and they could at least have a decent life. There's lots of things we can do, you know, between black and white there are many steps. Anyone else?
Mandi was the temple president of Tirupati temple. He's maintaining Goshala, and he says that actually the profit from the milk from the dairy is 8 times less than the cost of the total milk.
In Tirupati?
Yeah. So is it actually the correct figure that it's only 3 times as you know?
Well, according to Shamsundar, he worked it out. It may be up to 4 times. But because if you're going to, the point is that the price of cruelty-free milk is many times more than the price of the artificially cheap milk that's available today. But the whole, obviously, the only thing that can make it work is that, is there a market? Are there people who are prepared to pay more to be able to have milk that is cruelty-free? And the answer to that is yes, there are. There are people there. And another thing, of course, we can say to people is, if you're going to buy milk, get organic milk. And I was really pleased to see the restaurant is now buying organic milk, which is wonderful. That's true, isn't it? I saw a whole stock of organic milk on their stairs. For the deities. What about the restaurant? Well, the restaurant, you know, I would say the restaurant must buy organic milk, and then they can also advertise organic. You know, we should practice at least that much what we preach. It's my fault. I should have brought this up with restaurant management. But, I'm sure if they sit down and think about it, I'm sure you will come to it. It's a little extra cost, but you can advertise it, you know, that we only use organic dairy products here. You can say why, you know, because the organic dairy farming, the difference between a farm that is certified organic by the Soil Association and a farm which isn't, is all to do with animal welfare, having better conditions for them. So we can also say that, or at least become organic. And then gradually, step by step. Yeah.
Apparently, on the other day, I sent an email to Sitaram Prabhu, just sharing the weight loss in Eastern Europe, where we have the same problem that milk which is in the stores is more like a milky drink rather than pure milk. And that what happens there, that each morning a truck with fresh milk comes into the city, and long queues of people eager to have good quality milk go and buy there, and it's much more expensive, but queues of people there.
Really?
Yeah.
Which country is that?
Many cities in Russia, many cities in
In
Poland.
Russia?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I've sent nearly 4 or 5 pictures from different places, on all of them with queues.
And they're prepared to pay more
Yeah, and I thought it just
because they know the animals are getting looked after better, have a better life,
many things.
and it's healthier too.
Yeah, it's just the milk which you can consume straight away, and you get all the prana or
Is
energy.
that what we call raw milk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And